My name is Kevin Regal. I've been LARPing for, figured that I started in January of 2005, so 8.5 years.
How do you define live action role-playing? And how would you describe it to someone who didn't know what it was?
Okay. I mean, live action role-playing almost seems like its own definition. People are like, LARP, what's that? You expand that out. And people often pick out bits and pieces of it from the expansion of the acronym. It depends a lot on what their background is. If they've got tabletop background, well, it's like tabletop where you're standing up and moving around. It's an improv theater exercise, is a fun one. Although there are some actually improv theater people who do, who practice near where the guild, the Mickey Assassins Guild, runs LARPs, and so you'll occasionally get them asking to join in. Which is cool. It's, they see that we're having fun, want to share that. And occasionally it works. We've had at least one group of them show up and go be, crunchies for us and module. So those are the kinds of things that people have previous experience with that you can draw on to try to explain to them what it's all about.
I hear there's been a lot of debate recently about whether live action role-playing is a game or an art form.
Okay.
Where do you come down on that, and why?
I don't see that there's a difference. Or maybe I see the best LARPs as being the platonic marriage of those two things. It's you got a game in my art. You got art in my game. Kind of like, guys. Fiction writing is an art form, and so LARP, as we think of LARP as interactive fiction. LARP is made up of other art forms, so I see there being, that's sort of my argument for it being an art form in its own right. If it's composed of other art forms, then the total must be the sum of its parts, right? And there's definitely, the gamist elements, the allocation of scarce resources. Sometimes that's winning. Sometimes that's something more complicated. Points or money in game or attention in game or whatever. But I see that as being kind of key to, at least my experience of the games I really enjoy are the ones where I feel like I'm both playing well within, playing the game well in an aesthetic way. There are senses of aesthetic wins and non-aesthetic wins, maybe. There's someone who could win their game without doing so aesthetically, and that would be bad LARP. And similarly, LARPing very aesthetically but not being very effective in the game is maybe something that it's a choice that people can make. I try not to judge that. It's not always successful.
What do you think makes a good character?
It varies. It varies from person to person. I try not, when I'm writing LARPs, I try not to write characters that I wouldn't, in the right frame of mind, think I would enjoy playing. Don't always succeed at that. Written a few that I wasn't happy with. But I think sometimes people think that it's about having a huge volume of backstory. Oh well, you've got 30 pages, a 30-page character sheet. That means you're. For me, the good characters are the characters who care about something and have something to do, something that feels consequential, and that interact, have interesting interactions with other people in the game. As a class of things that I enjoy doing in games, interacting well with other people, or interacting interestingly with other people, which can be, large shouting matches, because I think that's fun, or it can, and there are people who can enjoy games where they spend a lot of time crying, off in a corner crying. And there have been times where I have enjoyed those kinds of games more or less. I'm right now in kind of a place where I'm actually looking more for LARP as an escapist entertainment than as an introspective entertainment. Because I'm getting, I think, some of the things that I was going to LARP as introspective entertainment for more in the rest of my life now. So it's all about finding a balance, using LARP to find something to counterpoint the rest of my life than necessarily trying to escape my life. So the good characters, the characters I enjoy, are the ones